Could you survive in the North Pole, in the middle of winter, with no clothing, no food, no technology, and even better yet, could you then get all the way to the equator? That's what I'm about to find out in a mod pack focused on realism with such fun game mechanics as food spoiling, seasons changing, crops requiring very specific temperature and humidity levels, waiting 8 minutes for hides to soak in water, dying of nocturnal and daytime predators, dying of heat, dying of cold, dying of starvation, and dying of thirst. But let's not forget dying of cave-ins, as mining in the game called Minecraft is simply too easy. Oh, I think my hides are done soaking. Time to soak them again. Anyways, I hope that gives you some idea of what this mod pack has to offer, as I've only mentioned the most important features, so you understand what my adventure has in store. And with that being said, I start this challenge in a pretty chill spot. Get it? Chill spot? I'll see myself out. No, but it is actually interesting because I have to take a cold plunge to get to the coast, which I've been told is a good thing for your health. However, in this instance, being soaking wet in minus 30-degree weather is probably cause for concern. To fix that, let's make a campfire to warm myself off and dry myself up. Wait, no, the other way. Now, making a campfire seems like a pretty easy task, but in this mod pack, no it ain't. And especially in these conditions, no it ain't. And all of that is due to the snow, which covers literally everything, including the sticks and stones I need to make an axe and a knife. One is for chopping down trees, and the other is used for cutting grass into straw. I'll let you figure out which one's which. Put your answers down in the comments below. And there's some, tigers. Or whatever that is, saber-toothed tigers, I think. Just, ignore me. I'm not here. What a great start to the challenge. Luckily, these guys are actually nighttime predators, so I should be perfectly safe for now. You know what isn't gonna be safe? These sticks and stones that happen to be under the trees that happen to not have any snow under them, which means I can actually get sticks and stones, except for, you know, I didn't find any stones here, so I have to go to a different forest. You know, increasing the distance between me and those saber-toothed cats is actually probably a good idea. And let's just check my temperature, 3.9 degrees, awesome stuff, I am slowly freezing. Luckily, there's some fresh water here, so dying of thirst is not going to be a concern. Finally, I've found my first stones. With those, I can start napping, not crafting, napping my first axe head, and also 2 knife blades. And the first thing I'll make is the axe. Use it real quick to chop down this tree, and by quick, I mean slow, because chopping trees with a stone axe is very slow. Would you look at that? Trees that actually fall down. Crazy stuff, right? Next step is I need some straw, and for that, I need a knife. But, of course, I got distracted. What is this? Chalcopyrite. Hey, that's actually huge. That means there's copper nearby. I can probably find some more small copper pieces that I can then turn into... Yeah, look at that. There's even copper here. That's like the luckiest start I could have had. Beautiful. Yes, past Mr. Z, you're correct. That is very lucky, considering that copper is pretty much the only ore I can do anything useful with right now, and that will come in handy a bit later. But for now, please try not to freeze to death. I do love me some falling trees. This is nice. Let's dig my first hole. Let's check the temperature, 2.5 degrees. Alright. So, let's make a shovel real quick and dig a hole. Because, if I were to make a campfire on the surface and try to heat myself up, I would still freeze. So I need to make an enclosed space. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, fire starter. It should turn into a fire pit, which I can put some logs in and be warmer. So if you check the temperature now, it is increasing ever so slightly. If I make a roof, then check the temperature. It should update any second now. Yes, so now the temperature goes up to around 9 degrees, which is, if you're paying attention, a positive number, meaning I'm not freezing to death anymore. Okay, so while my guy is warming up, let's talk about the next goal. Clothing. It comes in many tiers. The cheapest ones barely help, but any help is actually welcome in these harsh conditions. And the most expensive ones, which actually prevent you from freezing even in negative 40-degree weather, which, as you might think, is quite useful. But making it is a real pain in the... so I'll just do that later. Alright, that's enough dilly-dallying for now. Let's make a torch and leave the base. I'll just put down a torch next to my base so I can find it later. And go exploring. immediately remembering, all right, I need to drink some water. I was very, very thirsty. After quenching my thirst, I decided to chop some trees. 2 trees later, I just kept exploring and I found some clay. I got incredibly lucky with this find, as the only way to find clay normally is to look for a specific flower that grows on grass, which you might see the problem with that in the snow world. So after collecting a decent amount of clay, I just kept exploring. Along the way, picking up any sticks, stones, or straw that I see until I reached an ocean. Which is kind of a problem, because if I tried to cross it right now, I would probably freeze, starve, and die of thirst all at the same time before I reach the other side, so not really a great option. Thankfully though, I didn't even have to go that way, so it kinda worked out. Instead, I just kept picking up sticks, stones, and straw along the way until I found this. Hey, there's some rabbits. Is that small hides? That is 1 small rawhide, which is something. It's better than nothing. Are there any more rabbits here? Any more rabbits, please. Also, it is nighttime, which means those saber-toothed tigers that I saw are gonna be out and roaming right now. I mean, of course, if I could kill them, I would get leather, but realistically, they're gonna kill me, not the other way around. A very smart decision by past Mr. Z here, trying not to become a saber-toothed tiger's dinner, instead choosing to go home, warming up, and making some clothing out of that 1 rabbit that I killed, which takes some straw, some napping, putting it in the clothes slot, not the armor slot. Slightly higher temperature max, so my temperature increases up to 7.5 right now. If I check without the shorts, it's 5.5, so it does help, it does help. 2 degrees higher is pretty good. Means I can be outside for longer. Then, I cooked up the rabbit, which is, you know, some food at least. After that, I realized I had 1 piece of flint on me, and I didn't know what to do with it, so, you know, I just made a flint club for the first time ever, which was a very, very good decision, and you'll see why later. So, after heating up a bit, I decided to go hunting, and it really, really didn't take that long for me to find some food. Oh. Okay, that's food. Hello, food. Let me try the club. Broken bones, too. Oh, so it stuns it. And then I can kill it. Huh. That's very unique. I didn't know that was a mechanic. Like, I've played this mod pack for over 100 hours at this point, and I didn't even realize that was a thing, because I never made the flint club. As past me said, I've been playing this mod pack for quite a while, and streaming every minute of it in the goal of making a super duper mega movie, showing all the progression from Stone Age to advanced electronics, automated production lines, and beautiful base building. Not to mention, going to freaking space! So, if you'd like to see more of this kind of mod pack, come check out my streams every weekend. Alright, shameless plug over. Back to the video. After traveling to the future to read an ad about my future streams that I'm editing right now, which you will have seen in my current self's future, I decided to collect some copper, because this bit has gone for too long and I have to get moving. And luckily, a lot of it actually spawned under this lake, which means it's actually easier to find than under the snow. You just have to be a bit careful to not lose your way under the ice and, you know, make sure it doesn't freeze over. That would be a problem. Okay, I don't know. I just saw a face and I wanted to do that. I think that was pretty funny. 19. 304 millibuckets. It's something. It's a start. It's a start. After collecting all this copper, I decided to keep exploring, and I immediately found something interesting. And you would think it's that building, but no! Whoa! Okay, what is that? Actually, this is interesting because I need to look at the book to even figure out what this is, and to see if it's aggressive or not. So, after doing some light reading, I realized that it is a farm animal and therefore passive, and I can easily go kill it. Yes! Huge! Oh, that's wonderful. Clothing, here I come. So, after having made the shorts, I just needed the hood, the chest plate, and the boots. So, thanks to my full set of primitive clothing, the temperature outside is only going to reach around -12 instead of like -30. It's better than nothing, so I can't really complain. Now that I've spotted some animals that will not try and kill me, let's go collect some food. That's a decent amount of meat, so I decided to go cook it up, and I decided to make a campfire inside this old tower, which honestly was way more work than just digging a hole and making a campfire in there. But, you know, live and learn. I had to seal it off to make it count as inside, and then I just cooked up the food. And good timing on that as well, because I was starting to starve. As you can see, the screen is a bit gray right now, and that's kind of because of the starvation. But now that I have this food source, I'm very rich in food, and water is not really a problem. Now with this clothing, that's also way better, so overall I'm looking pretty good. Survival chances are looking pretty high. Alright, now with the food cooked, I can finally go out and keep hunting. Now, yaks are really easy to kill because they are farm animals and they don't run away from you, so let's kill one more of those. However, these are caribou here and they do want to run away. So it's going to take some effort to try and chase them down and hit them at least once with the flint club. After that, they magically turn into a delicious steak. Time for a killing montage. Now for a quick explanation. The only reason I decided to do this challenge of trying to like survive here, oh boy, that's a polar bear. I've recently started watching a lot of Outdoor Boys and all the camping outside in like Alaska and stuff, and I thought, man, that looks cool. I wonder if I could do that in Minecraft. And honestly, I think this is going so far pretty well. Alright, enough yapping. I got over 10,000 blocks to cover. Gotta go, 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 go. Let's drink some water while I'm here. No, my torches. Dang it. Look at this guy failing. What a loser, am I right? Anyways, after that, I did find some horses, which would be useful if I had leather for a saddle and some grains to tame it. I have neither, so, you know, they're kinda useless to me. As it is turning morning, I am leaving this dense forest into a more open plains field, which means you guys are going to be able to see again. Hooray! And look at that. That's a ruined castle right there. Time to explore. And of course, as soon as I want to like look around a bit, I see this. Let's not go there. On second thought, maybe let's not go there. Maybe let's not. Yeah, there is kind of a bear just chilling there, so I don't know. There's another polar bear. Is he after me? Not yet. Not yet. There's another polar bear. I have to be very careful. After successfully avoiding being the dinner of a polar bear, I started exploring this ruin. However, there was pretty much nothing in there. I was very disappointed. It looked cool, but it was empty. This seems like a rare structure, because I've never seen anything like this. This is cool. This is cool. Let's hope that the bear isn't like right outside. Seems fine. Alright, that was cool. After whatever that was, nothing really too interesting happened. I just drank some water until this. Oh, that's a wool producing animal. Hey, don't fall down there. That would be real awkward for me. I don't want to go down there. Sorry about this. Sorry about this. So, some animals drop normal hides, and some animals drop sheepskin hides, which can be turned into wool and then into string. And string is one of those requirements for the best clothing in the game. After exploring for a while, without checking my temperature of course, I suddenly realize I'm at 1 degree and I'm about to freeze, so gotta quickly make a pit and a fire. But there you go, look at that. Up to 20 degrees just from one campfire like that. Beautiful stuff. So, as I am heating up my own meat, I decided I should also heat up the meat of the animals that I killed into a sort of cooked form of meat. I cooked meat. What am I saying? Why am I overcomplicating? I just cooked some meat. What's wrong with me? Let's see what kind of damage I did outside, because I think I definitely started a forest fire. Yep. This tree is dead. And that tree is... Okay, it's not a huge forest fire. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Don't worry about it. It was accidental arson. I didn't mean to. It's fine. It totally doesn't count. Besides that, the only thing I really spotted still was another structure, but I've already seen one of those. Nothing really in them. After that, I decided to chop 1, 2, 3, 4 trees. after that, I realize I'm actually arriving onto a beach, which means there's an ocean, which means I need to cross it, which means I need a boat, which means I need to make a base, which means I need to make some clay, which means I need to make some pits, which means I need to make some fire, which I think you get it. And there's saber-toothed tigers. I think that's correct, right? Yeah, I just searched online and it's actually saber-toothed cat, which means I was wrong, but you know, close enough. Alright, time to quickly set up a hole and make some fire pits. Now, what am I going to be putting in these fire pits, you might be thinking? Well, the answer is molds made of clay. Some of them will be used for making copper tools, and some of them will just be making vessels. So, to fire the clay, first you have to put it in a hole, cover it with some straw, and then cover those with some logs. Rinse and repeat for all the clay that you have. And after all of that is done, all you have to do is ignite one of the logs, and 8 minutes later, you should have your fired clay. Now, since I'm going to be stuck here for a while, having to cross the ocean and all, I started chopping some trees, because, well, I wanted to stay warm. Maybe wanted to is not the right word. Needed to would be better, because if I don't, I'll just die. And that, in my opinion, would be a not good thing. Yes. Those are wolves. Dire wolves. Okay, dire wolves are not good. I don't wanna... I don't wanna mess with the dire wolves. Fun fact, those are actually just normal wolves. Not even dire wolves, just wolves. Now, even though it is dangerous, I do still have to go chop more wood. I just have to watch my back, you know? Just don't die. Just don't die. It's easy. Just don't die. Just don't get eaten. It's fine. And now that the fire has burned out, the clay is ready to use. However, it is still very, very hot, so if I tried to pick it up, I would burn myself. So, let's make some tongs and throw it in the water to cool it down. This is one of my favorite sounds you can have in this mod pack. Now, having cooked up the spindle head, I can make it into the spindle, which then I can use to turn wool into wool yarn. And hooray, that's one step closer to the best clothing in the game. Now that the vessels have cooled down, as you can see, you can put 4 stacks of items into one, but it's also smaller stack sizes, so it's not exactly equivalent to just 4 slots. It's kind of a fun minigame trying to figure out what you can and what you can't put in the vessels. Now, the vessels aren't only used for storing items, you can also melt and alloy metals together. For example, copper plus tin would make bronze, but finding tin right now in these conditions under all this snow, no thank you. Instead, I will be sticking to copper, as that's really all I need for my 2 tools, the saw and the hammer. Throw 1 torch on it, because that's another way you can ignite these things. You just throw a torch and it takes a bit, and then it ignites. 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 Nice. I know. I'm so good at predicting things, I don't even know how I do it. I'm just that amazing. And here I set up another fire pit just for the hammer, and now that I'm watching this again while editing, I realized I could have just made it out of stone and saved myself a lot of time. Oh well, live and learn. I also remembered I should make some water jugs, because if I run out of water and there's no water sources nearby, I might just die of thirst, and I don't really want to do that. While those are cooking up, the copper has melted, which, if I'm holding my tongs, means I can pour out the copper into the saw mold, and then cool that down, and then you have a saw head. Now, the saw lets you turn logs into lumber, lumber into planks, planks into a crafting table, and oh boy, the crafting table unlocks a lot of possibilities. One of which is the best clothing in the game, so I'm one step closer to that. Now that I have a 3x3 crafting grid, crazy, I know, I'm going to craft some barrels, which are useful for making leather, which is the next big thing I need to make for the best clothing in the game. I keep saying that, best clothing in the game, but it really is that good. If you're doing this kind of challenge, you pretty much need it. So I filled up some barrels with water, but I didn't really do anything with it just yet. As for the next step, I need a hammer, and I don't have a hammer yet, so let's fix that. Cool the mold, pour the copper, solidify the copper, crack the mold open, and make the hammer. Now, hammer in hand, I can go to the beach and collect some seashells, but jugs are finished, don't want to leave those behind. Fill them up with some water and put them in a vessel. Now I have 4 drinks in just 1 inventory slot. Pretty nice. Now you might be thinking, what do you need seashells for? Well, the answer is to smash them into a fine powder called flux, which, when combined with some water, creates lime water, which you need to soak hides in to create leather. Well, at least that's the first step in that process. Now, having collected a decent amount of shells, let's smash them up. Now, here I realized there's actually some fresh water right next to the seawater, and somehow they're not mixing, so I decided to move my camp of operations right next to the sea, so I don't have to go all the way back. So, let's craft up some more barrels, fill them up with some fresh water, and finally combining the water with the flux to make lime water. Then letting the hides soak for 8 minutes, and you're gonna see a trend here for 8-minute waiting periods. Dugout canoes. Which logs? Fir, pine, palm, spruce, sequoia, kapok, mangrove, white cedar, willow. Yes, so if I want to make this dugout canoe, I need the right kind of wood, and a white cedar would actually be perfect for that, and it's something that actually I chopped already, but I used it as firewood, which is unfortunate. So, let's go find some more. Oh, nice. Beautiful, man, beautiful. I like that. And of course, there was a pack of wolves protecting the forest, so I had to be a bit sneaky. And there's more wolves over there. Wonderful. After running into those wolves, I ran into, guess what? Some more wolves! Oh, not the wolves. Don't spot me. Don't spot me. Don't spot me. Oh man, there's so many here. There's so many wolves. I think that's cedar. Is that cedar? Cedar, let's go. And finally, after dodging all of the packs of wolves trying to protect this forest, I finally got some cedar. Okay, let's go back. Finally returning home, the hide has finished soaking. Now, I just have to take it out, put it on a log, and then scrape it 16 times with a knife in a square pattern. Then do that 3 more times. What I meant to say is make a new knife, and then do that 3 more times. The haters are gonna say this is sped up, but I'm just that good. I'm just this fast. Trust me, trust me. Now, with all 4 hides scraped, soak them in some water and wait 8 more minutes. Now, I can actually prepare for the next step in processing, which is to soak it in some tannin, which you extract from wood by soaking it in water, which is another waiting step. However, you can't just use any wood, and guess which type of wood I don't have in my inventory. The type that you need. Yes, that's right. That's correct. Yep. Alright, time to go get some birch. I mean, it's close, and it's abundant, so it's not that bad. There's more saber-tooth, tigers, wonderful stuff. Cats. It's cats. Saber-toothed cats, by the way. Shh. Don't shush me past me. You know what? In fact, I'm gonna shush you. Man, my planning is shush! So... Yeah, that's what I thought. Chop that birch. Do it. Chop that birch. Yeah. All jokes aside, I think that 2 birch trees should be plenty for my needs. There we go. I think 2 trees should easily be enough tannins. Yeah, that's literally what I said that, bro. I said that. You don't have to say it again. I said that. Also, where is my stuff? Was it not here? No. Look at this guy. He got lost. Oh, wait, no. Right. Yeah, that was me. Right. Then, all I need to do is put the birch in the barrel with the water, and it's gonna make some tannins. And guess how long that's gonna take? Another 8 minutes! Always 8 minutes. It's always 8 minutes. Alright, calm down. It's not that deep. Next thing I want to do is make a canoe. And to do that, first place 3 cedar logs horizontally. Then strip them off their bark. Then, using a saw, cut them in half. Carve into the right canoe shape with an axe. And then, weirdly enough, you have to fire it, which might not seem like it makes sense, but it actually chars the inside in a way that makes it waterproof, which is kind of cool. Now, I just have to wait some amount of time? I don't know exactly how long. It's just gonna take a while until it's done. So, while I was concerned about other things like crafting and making things, turns out I was actually freezing. Oh my god, I'm almost freezing. I just realized. Oh my god. Okay. Quickly, dig a hole. Please don't mess it up. Okay, good. Birch, whatever. I just need to not freeze. Okay, that's great. I didn't freeze. this was a great reminder as to why I'm even doing all this crafting for the leather, because without decent clothing, I'm just gonna have to make these fire pits every once in a while, and that's gonna get old really fast. So yeah, let's make the clothing. Alright, I'll be back when I'm nice and warm now. About 5 minutes later, I get out of my hole, and look at that, the leather is done. So go in here. No, I stopped it. Oh my god, it had like a couple seconds left. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. You know, if I wouldn't have stopped the process, I would have had to wait another maybe minute, but now I have to wait another 8. And that's just to make the thing so that I can wait another 8 minutes to get leather. Oh my god, so much waiting. Luckily for you guys, I can actually skip it in editing, so hooray. So 8 minutes later, the tannin is done, which means I can put the hides into the tannin and wait, guess what, another 8 minutes. Gosh, I just really like waiting 8 minutes. Well, it's not that bad in reality, as during the previous 8 minutes, I used that time to actually cook up a lot of food, and during these 8 minutes, I decided to make a bow and arrow. And to make the arrows, you of course need some flint, so let's go get some gravel. Now, luckily, in this mod pack, unlike vanilla, 1 flint turns into 16 arrows, not 4, so you don't need that much flint. And this is what happens when you don't pay attention to your thirst, because then you get mining fatigue and slowness, which are not great. After quenching my thirst, with freezing cold water by the way, I mine up some gravel for the flint, turn that flint into arrowheads, and those arrowheads into arrows, and then those arrows into dead animals in the future, or something. And would you look at that, the leather is done, which means I can make the best clothing in the game! Why am I like this? I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, let's start by making the clothing, and for that, you first need to make leather armor, which only takes 4 leather pieces, not too bad. And the next and final step is combining the caribou fur with the leather armor and some wool yarn. Now, okay, look at this, temperature right now, minus 13 outside. Take this clothing off, turns into minus 21, but if I put this clothing on, ooh, it's actually positive. It's 2 degrees. I'm never gonna freeze. I'm never gonna freeze. I'm gonna get like really cold, but I'm never gonna freeze. That's actually so huge. That's so helpful. And look how comfy I look. look how happy this is so nice. After making the clothing that basically solves the heat problems entirely, so I never have to make a fire pit again, I decided I want to make some more arrows for self-defense, as well as a paddle for the canoe, because otherwise you can't really use it, and also a walking cane. A wooden cane. A walking wooden cane. Cane walker. Walking Dead. Well, a cane. That's gonna be huge. Then I decided to heat up for the last time on this side of the ocean, and get ready for my journey. Is it stuck? Wait. Oh yeah, there you go. I can do this. Alright, well look at that. Goodbye, this side of the continent, and now let's try and reach that side. Crossing this ocean, or sea, or big river maybe, whatever you want to call it, took about 5 minutes, so if I tried to swim across this, I would have definitely frozen to death by this point. So, good planning, Mr. Z. Thank you, Mr. Z. Oh, you're so handsome, Mr. Z. Oh, thank you. You're also handsome, Mr. Z. You're also so smart, Mr. Z. Yeah, thank you. I am smart. Thank you. Yeah, and you're also very smart. Anyways, this marks a pretty important point in my adventure where it's no longer trying to survive and it turns into mostly exploration. So it is going to be lots of updates for things that I find, like potentially hostile creatures. That's still gonna be a problem, but thirst, hunger, and heat are kind of not really a problem anymore. But dying to a lion, or a tiger, or a saber-toothed cat are all still possible. Look at that, Arctic fox. Hello, hello. Oh, so cute. I don't even get anything if I kill it, so I'm just gonna let it be, because they're cute. I just want to hear it squeak. Beep. Look at that. Oh. Look at that. Again. Yes! You're getting the rabbits. Oh, that's so cute. So cute. Oh, I love that. After getting distracted by an incredibly cute fox that happened to go hunting for some rabbits, I remembered I actually have a walking cane, a walking stick, a walking cane, a stick cane, wooden stick. It helps you with the snow. Snow doesn't slow you no more if you have that, so that's cool. So, yeah. From here on out, it's mostly just this. I walk a bit, I do a cut. I walk a bit, I do a cut. I walk a bit, I do a cut. Until I find something interesting. Wait, I need to try something. Okay, that's great. Oh, I love that. All right. And now some chill music and just enjoy the exploration. Whoa! That's a cool structure. I have never seen anything like this. There's an aqueduct. Straight up aqueduct. That's nice. Look at that. Finding cool structures like this. Oh, that's so exciting. I like that. That's not how spawning should work. But yeah, there's a pillager village right there. Look at that. It's just floating. Oh, there's one here as well. I mean, I'll check this out. I won't go to the village, but I'll check this out at least. Oh, look at that. They even have some copper ingots. Wow. A whole bunch of nuggets of ore. Look at that. I don't really care about any of these drops. I just want to look at what you can get. The bismuth, a bunch of seeds, regen pill. That's interesting. I'll take that. Why not? Some charcoal. Yeah, these guys know what they're doing. Look at that. All right, that's enough of that. Let's keep going. I do realize that I probably just like robbed a guy, just some guy. What a view. And not all of the distant rising chunks have even loaded. There's a creeper. There's a creeper. Oh my god. And I see the waypoint. There's a creeper. You tried to kill me. I forgot about creepers even. Right, there's caves and they can spawn in there. Man, that creeper really creeped. Oh, wow. You can see the waypoint. That's the waypoint right there. I just need to go there. Oh my god, that was... My heart rate went up, man. I was just, like, I've been chill exploring all this time, just running in a straight line pretty much. And man, that really scared me, actually. Ooh. God, look at this. The first crop that hasn't been, like, rotten yet. Look at that. Actual crops that are green that I can eat. Oh, there it is. Yes. Just keep going. Oh my god. I'm here, man. I've done it. Look at this, guys. It's literally right here. This is where I spawned. This is where I spawned. Holy. Wow. And I've done it. I've done the challenge. I've reached spawn. And there we have it. The challenge has been officially completed. Meaning I could do like Bronze Age, Iron Age, whatever, right? I could just progress. If you want to see more of that, come join my live streams and hang out. And possibly be in the next big, mega, giga, super duper mega video that I really, really, really hope that I'm actually gonna do, because I have been known to procrastinate big, scary projects. So, if you want to guilt trip me into making this video, share this with your mom, your dad, your uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, whatever, everybody. And make sure to click all the buttons, subscribe and like and dislike. Wait, no, actually, don't do that. Don't, wait. But on a more serious note, I do really hope that you enjoyed the video. I did put a lot of time and effort into it, and I learned a bunch, and I had a lot of fun making it, actually. So I really hope that you show some feedback. That would be great. And for everybody that made it to the end of the video, good job, pat on the head, you did it. Here, have a treat, some bloopers. So I'm gonna have to go. So, that not really being a good option, all of them should sprite. Do is you ignite. 8 minutes later, you have your clay. And 8 minutes later, you should have because I wanted to stay. You can also alloy. I also remember. And for that, I need to now hammer in hand. I blanked out. And guess how long that's gonna take? 8 minutes. And to do that, you first place 3 cedar. Unlike vanilla, 1 flint does not equal 4. Drink that water, yeah. Drink that water, yeah. Turn that flint. I have the heat solution for solution for heat. After picking up all this copper, I decided to keep